On this episode 119, of the podcast, I'm going to talk about postage, jobs, and jingles. Let's get into it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to, Luke Who's Talking podcast. Welcome to my lair of darkness here. How are you going out there? Hope you're doing all right. Also, I feel the podcast it's off the rails already. Anyway, folks, let's get into the first little anecdote here. So, sometimes you go on a website, you make a few purchases, and you can reach, there's always the minimum spend, right, for free postage. So I was on a website, I bought two various... No, I didn't. I bought things off of two sites, right? Now, one site, I reached the minimum spend for postage. The other side, I didn't. So I begrudgingly had to pay, I think it was like $15 for postage, right? Now, this is the interesting thing. Now, would you say... Or do you think it would be reasonable to sort of think, well, you've had to pay for postage on one, that stuff might turn up first? You're wrong. The website that I got the free postage on, turned up first, which I was surprised with. Now, I guess it depends distribution and all that sort of stuff. But I'd have thought, hey, look, I've paid postage for stuff. And it's not turned up quicker. It was about, how much later was it? Probably almost a week later, if I'm honest. It was 3 or 4 days, I reckon, that the stuff from it came on a weekend. It was on a Saturday as well, which was interesting. But anyway, yeah. I found that interesting. So, paid for postage on one site, and it turned up after, by a few days, of the free postage, purchase, which I thought was interesting. Now, here's another thing as well, which I thought was ridiculous, because usually postage, if you get free postage, it's usually about like $100 spend. I'd say that's probably like the average spend, $100, right? However, so one particular site, or the one that I got the free postage on, the minimum spend I think was about $80, or it was like $79, right? Just make it $80, okay? The other one, $200 for free postage, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, if you want to be ridiculous, like, I would say, I'm having a look here at whatever site this is. It's like $150. Okay. So it's like, okay, you're getting up there. But $200 for free postage. Oh, I honestly thought that was pretty, I thought that was crazy. Like, that's a lot of money. $200 for free postage. I was on there looking, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to get the minimum spend for free postage. And I was like, what else can I buy? Right? What else can I buy? At the time, I thought, well, nothing. And then I made the purchase, begrudgingly paid for the postage. And then the next day, I was like, oh, I could have got this, I could have got that, I could have got something else. Probably would have taken me over. Now, I did look to see if I could bundle, like if there was stuff I could... Excuse me. Ooh. I always yawn when I'm doing this. I don't know why. But I did look to see if there was things that I could have not bought, or if my order from, free postage land could have gone over to mega postage land. But no, there were some things that the two sites didn't. Like, each site had, there was things one site had, the other one didn't, right? So, yeah. Free postage fiasco. Yeah, that's the name of the show, Free Postage Fiasco. Let me make a note of that, because I think that's a good quote to use. Where can I put it? I'll put it here. Free Postage Fiasco. There we go. What a name. Anyway, yeah. So have you ever like had a situation like that before? You've got onto a site and they've had free postage, but you've had to spend like a comical amount. I'm going to say $200 is a comedy amount. It's not like it's not funny, but like it's too much, I feel, for free postage. Anyway, rant over, but the postage theme's going to continue right after this. So a couple of weeks ago, I think it was last Friday. I think it was the one before, 2 Fridays ago. I was in a lift. And a delivery guy got into I've got an email. It's not important. A delivery guy got into the lift with me, and he had a posy. He had a posy of flowers, which was nice. So he was delivering them. I was in an office building, so he was delivering them to an office. I don't know what level he was going to. I was going to the top. I was going to level 4, but this guy was going to 2 or something. I don't know. Anyway, he got in. Classic courier guy, and he was. What was the time? It was about 4 o'clock, I reckon. Winding down. I was surprised he was still delivering. But anyway, he got into the lift and he's like, "Oh, it's been a crap day. Oh, it's a shit day. Shit job. Whoa." And then he was like, "Oh, yeah, see you later." And I was just like, "Mate, calm down. Just, like, what do you say to that? What do you say to that? Like, there's no way you could be like, oh, geez, whoa, I can't remember what I said. I must have been like, oh, gee, woof, I've no idea. But he's like, oh, shit job, oh, geez, long day, oh, fuck. And I was like, what? What are you doing? Like, why? Why are you telling me? What are you doing? Now, I know this isn't always possible, but I do feel that if you're in a job that you, I don't get how people, and I understand that it's not as easy as what I'm about to say, but I don't understand how people work in jobs that they do not like, because, I understand it's not that easy to be like, well, I don't like this job, I'm going to get one I like. It's the practicalities of that, especially if you got costs, right? So the practicalities of that thought are not applicable to everybody. I understand that before you send me abusive emails, right? Abusive. Nobody sends me emails. Okay. So I do think to myself at times when somebody's like, I hate this job, or it's just, they're in like full crisis mode about it. I mean, it's easy to say, well, why are you doing it? But of course, it's not that practical. But this guy was just like, wow, mate. Ooh, like, seemed savage. Like, he was like, oh, and I was just like, wow, okay. Yeah, and I feel that at times that people should, this is my opinion, of course, and yes, it's not practical, but just people should try to, if they're in a job that they don't like, try and get out of it if you can. Like, I don't think that's a hot take to make. I understand practicalities of that are not practical, but yeah, I was just like, bro, just get yourself another thing to do if you can, right? Or look for something else. I'm not saying quit it. Like, if you don't like a job, quit it. But what would be more practical would be like, okay, courier's not great, so what else can I do? And then like you'll look for another job, and then you get another job, and then you say, hey, courier, I'm done with you, mate. Right? So have I contradicted myself? I probably have. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think, and as I said, the practicalities of this, it's not practical for everybody, but I do think at times that individuals maybe should be a little bit more proactive in trying to get themselves, jobs, etc., that are more affable, to them. A more, yeah. Anyway, everybody, let's get into the next thing. Why am I yawning? I've been yawning all day. Now, I'm here trying to do the show. Yawn Vegas. Hate it. Let's get into the next thing, which will be quick. We'll wrap it up. So a little while ago, I got in touch with a friend of mine who's like musicy, and I said, hey, can you give me some spicy new jingles for the show? So I sent them over the ones that I've got and heard nothing. But then, what day was it? It's Tuesday today I'm recording this. I think it might have been Sunday. They were having a bit, I don't think it was yesterday, but I think it was Sunday. They had a little bit of a play around and they're like, hey, how about these sounds? So, dear listener, hopefully new jingles coming to the show soon. Hopefully. We'll see. Now, that also reminds me, next show, which will be on the it'll be on the 21st. Okay. Next show will be on the 21st. So, when it comes around, I'll have a little bit of an update as well for you, or give you a little bit of an explanation and an update as to the show going forward, at least to the end of the year, and early, and also in early 24 as well, because I have some commitments coming up later half of the year, which I feel will impact the show or the regularity of the program in the latter half of the year. So I'll tell you about that next show. But yeah, anyway, hopefully new jingles. Jingles coming soon. Let's wrap it up. Well, everybody, that is it for this episode of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us, actually, even if you didn't, tell somebody about the podcast, because you're like, hey, I'll listen to this really awful podcast, some loser, it just talks rubbish, right? He was like, went on a rant about some delivery guy, right? And about how he was, had to pay about how he had to pay postage for buying whatever. So, yeah, tell a friend, tell an enemy. That would even be better. If you hated the podcast, tell somebody you hate about how great the podcast is, and then I'll start listening to it, and I'll go, well, actually, this podcast is awful. I've been duped. There you go. Let's grow. Anyway, everybody, if you want to, send me an email at lucastalkingpod@gmail.com. On the Twitters at L_who's. I think that's what it is these days. And yeah, is Twitter going to die? Maybe. I watched a video the other day on YouTube and somebody's like, Musk is an idiot. He doesn't understand like Twitter and the value of it. That's why he thinks he's doing good things, but he's actually making it worse because he's stupid. Anyway, there's a hot take on Muskie. I'll see you next time, folks. Bye.